Hello, my name is Karen Knable. I'm with the State of Vermont Department of Environmental Conservation, and I oversee the Mercury program. Today I'm going to briefly walk through your steps in getting into anronline.vermont.gov to complete your Vermont dental self-certification. First of all, many of you have done this before, and you have registered your facility. Your username would be your email address and then some sort of a password that you have identified. That registration is a one-time registration, and it allows you to get into the portal and nothing more. It can be done by admin staff or anyone. It's your login information. This is not something you should do every year. If you have forgotten your ID number, you should not go back and re-register. Your sign-in information is the next button over. This is a button that you would use when you come into the anronline.vermont.gov. This is your sign-in to complete the dental self-certification. You click this button, and the next box that will show up is the sign-in box on the right. Your email address is your user ID. Your password is the one you created when you originally registered. Now, this is important. At the bottom, you need to make sure that you click OK and not register. Also, you'll notice next to OK is where you would do forgot password if you've forgotten it. If you forgot your password, click that button. You will get an email at that address that will give you a way to log into the system and reset your password. Next, when you get through signing in, you will know that you're signed in because your name will be in that upper navigation. You'll see your name and then you'll see sign out. You will know that you have successfully signed in to ANR Online. The next thing you need to do is click on Finder. This will help you to locate the document in order to fill it out. Once you hit Finder, you will see an empty box, and in that box, just type in the word dental. Press enter, and you will see the form below in blue. You will see Dental Best Management Practices Certification. I'm now going to take you and show you that process. We are at anronline.vermont.gov. I am in a test location, so that word test at the top would not be something you would see. So the address, anronline.vermont.gov. The first thing you do is sign in. Remember I said don't hit register. There's it would normally be my email address, but because I'm with the state, it automatically just fills in my name and my password. You want to click OK. Next, as you might recall, we said we look for Finder. When you click that, you will come to this empty box where you will type in dental and press enter. As you notice at the bottom, there is the Dental Best Management Practices Certification form. You click on the blue lettering and it loads the form. Now, as always, you have a practice number that was assigned to you. The Vermont State Dental Society will know that number, and so will DEC if you've lost it. I'm just putting it in as a practice so I can show you how to do this. You put your practice ID number in there, and then you click Form Entry, Begin Form Entry, and then it will load the form. A lot of your information will be pre-filled from when you posted this last time. So your practice ID number should show up, your practice name should show up, and practice type should show up. Any of the information as you go along, if it's incorrect, if this phone number is incorrect, you need to change it. Practice email should be the email where we can get in touch with you. Now, this is the EPA ID number that is assigned to you by the Vermont Hazardous Waste Management requirements, and this is pertaining to the site, and that should also pre-fill. The next is a question that you will have to answer. Do you place amalgam only? Do you remove amalgam only? Or do you replace and remove amalgam? For this, we will just say we do both, so I can show you what pops up. Select the approximate number of amalgams placed since submitting your previous certification 2 years ago. So this would be your 2019 certification if you're doing it for 2021. And so you can see it's a range. Next down here is talks about what you place each week. This is a question that is added to replace the Vermont State Dental Society survey that they usually send to you every 5 years. So you can say, well, I do that usually in a week. Compared to 5 years ago, the number of amalgam fillings placed has hopefully decreased. This is something you need to fill out. Select the appropriate number of amalgams removed since submitting your previous certification. So that's 2 years ago, which could be 2019 for the 2021 reporting. Does your practice use traditional film-based process for dental x-ray images? Most dental offices say no. We are allowing this to be pre-filled, no, but if it's different, just click yes. If you said that you were on the municipal sewer the last time you reported, that will pre-fill and say municipal sewer. If it says septic system, it will pre-fill and say septic system. Next section at the bottom, you click on that and you move forward. Now, please notice in the left navigation that as you go through and move to the next section, if there's anything missing, that wording will come up red. So we move forward. This is a mailing address. Of course, it wouldn't be in Boston, it would be in Vermont. Zip code goes in there. Is the above physical location of the practice the same as the mailing address? If it isn't, then you're going to need to put in the physical location, the street address, the city, and the town. Here is the contact information. That's next. That should pre-fill. If that has changed, then you just need to change it. We're going to go on. Now, if you notice, I didn't fill in the new address or the address that was missing. I can go back to it from here and fill it in. Okay, so now we go forward. Now we can go forward by pressing the next navigation. If we went back, we can also go forward by saying next section. So that's a different way to navigate. Now, practice owner and operator information. You can say corporation or sole proprietorship. If this was checked last time, everything that was put in there will pop up. If anything has changed, then you need to change the information. Now the next is the amalgam separator information. Total number of chairs in the practice at which amalgam might be placed or removed. Now these are only the dental chairs where you might place or remove amalgam. These would not count for any of the other chairs, dental hygienist if it's not done there, Only the number of chairs where amalgam is placed are removed. Now you see last time this was the amalgam separator and model that was entered. If you've replaced your amalgam separator, then you would type in the new information. There is a drop-down list here that shows various approved manufacturers. Now, select the month and the year when your last cartridge was replaced. It might be just this year that you did it. You have to follow your amalgam separator owner's manual to make that determination. Some people remove very few amalgams. Some people remove a lot of amalgams. It just sort of depends what goes through your system. There is no requirement. I think the feds say that, it should be done annually, but I know in Vermont, if there's not a lot of activity, that amalgam separator cartridge might not be full. However, it is assumed that every 2 years when you report that at some point you would have sent off your amalgam for recycling. If you have additional separators, say you have 2 or that sort of thing, you can fill the information in here. If not, you just leave it blank. Then you go on to the next section. You see these did not show up red in the left navigation because we have filled it out. Now, your certification year, this is the year you're reporting for now. So if it's 2020 at the end of the year and you're completing your certification for the January 31st deadline for the following year, you would say that it's your 2021 report. If you didn't do it last time and you want to go back, you can do the 2019 report and then you should go back in and do the 2021. This question, does the practice comply with all applicable Vermont DEC best management practices? If you don't know what those are, you can get on the website www.merc, M-E-R-C, like the first part of Mercury, VT, mercvt.org. You will see the icon for dental. Click on that and you can find the dental best management practices there. Hopefully you're saying yes. If you say no, another question does pop up and it asks you if there are any corrective actions being taken to make you in compliance with the dental best management practices. You could say yes, and we are logging the inspections weekly as required by the manual and law. You might say something like that. Maybe you weren't logging them before. But if you don't have that, you can just say yes, and none of that will show up. Next section. The next section is basically a review. You're going to go down through here and identify if there might be anything where you've missed something. If you have missed something or typed something incorrectly, you want to go back up to the section in the left navigation, general practice information. You can just click on these all the way through and see where you might have missed the information, and it's not going to undo anything that you've done already. So when you get to this review section, check everything that you have identified in your self-certification, come all the way to the bottom, certify and submit. You click certify and submit, it will take you to this screen, and you must submit the form and click this button in order to submit. If you don't click this button, the form will not be submitted and it will be as though you did nothing. My name is Karen Knable. There's my email address, my direct line, a toll-free number, and there is the link to the website. This information will all be posted there, and anything else that you might need. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you.